Welcome to another session of Endless Legend. I'm continuing my challenge run, playing as the Cultists. So, since I consider the Cultists quite bad and I'm probably doing quite badly with them, prepare for a lot of complaining. Somehow, this... yeah, okay. I guess we can speed up this alchemy workshop by putting our workers into this. Yeah, that's probably worth a dust to speed it up one turn. So, the Cultists are not the greatest. As we discussed last time, the sort of strategy of building one city up really well is not that viable. But we're going to give it our all and see how, or at least I'm going to see how well I can do if I play reasonably well. Now I think I can, I wonder if I should assimilate the boss or the... Actually, I'll just assimilate the boss because it's easier to defend that village, just to complete that faction quest. Now, Dust Filtration is something I do kind of want eventually. It's not giving us any value right now. I could think about building some Centaur units. They're actually not terrible. A ringing endorsement, I know. Let's edit them to make sure they have good weapons. Bonus speed, tier 1, improved movement 2. That's not bad, although it's less necessary in a cavalry unit, to be honest. Let's just think about the trinket later on. Now, the question is, do we want a spear anti-cavalry, or do we want to have range slayer? And I suppose range slayer is going to be a bit more important. Wait, let me check out our neighbors. Our neighbors are... These have cavalry, and these have range units. Great. I guess I'll split the difference and make two different unit types. So, let's give it a functional boring title. Make this our anti-ranged warrior. Make sure it's well equipped. I think I want bonus movement speed. Well, if I have a shield, I'm anyways getting anti range, so I don't need this. Anti cavalry. I'm going to use bonus speed on this one because I'm not going to be using a shield. Wait, I'm not going to use bonus speed. I'm going to use this because I'm not going to be using a shield in case I fight against the ranged targets that I want to be. I guess I predict... I love these guys. Look at those bellies. Like, that's just beautiful. Yeah. So now we have some industry to spare. We might as well build some warrior units. Or start building some warrior units in the meantime while we wait for something more important to do. Really, it's kind of weird, like, just having production to spend on the random guys. What are they called again? Settlers, yeah, I forgot because the cult has no time for settlers. Having extra time to spend, like industry to spend on settlers, really means that you always have something to do with your city. And as you see, we're busy getting suboptimal stuff. Like, even picking this dust filtration for later is like slightly embarrassing, but I think it's probably better than a unit that I won't even finish until later. So we get 40 influence. We want to get this with level 2, two level 2 minor faction units. Yeah, I actually do want this guy now. I believe it will start at level 2. Yeah. Completing our quest is quite important for us. Because, well, among other things, in a region called Shore, capture or destroy the city. That's really strong. Where's Shore? Okay, yeah, that's gonna be hard. Well, we'll do that eventually. And management sciences is no joke. Although, I doubt we're gonna be able to do that. Setting this unit seems kind of silly now because of this quest. Well, you never learn, right? Although, actually building units might just be better. Like, you can't upgrade these units, which is like... Ugh, why, you know? Why is it so hard? I do want to pick up Alchemist Furnace at some point. but only after I get these important upgrades. The reason I could delay it, I think, is because we already have a decent amount of titanium. Although, yeah, the fact that you choked in titanium is not a good sign for this. Just not having the strategics you need in itself is really... Oh my goodness. Just get your army out of my space, please. I'm so terrified. So terrified. Okay, this is exotic alloys, they say. Completing quests for people later, hilariously enough, is actually pretty good. It's kind of weird. You sometimes even want to delay quests just so you can get better rewards. Like, we don't have to pacify any of our regions, as I mentioned, that quickly. What do we prioritize? We prioritize food in a time when food is going to be reduced, anyways. Or do we prioritize the science so we get better food, for instance, in the near future? I guess, yeah, if we're going to do it, we might as well do it like this. Alright, what is that quest again? Yeah, these quests probably won't happen though, because I assume the AI will just stamp out these cells of resistances. We really want to pick up this pearl really badly. Fortunately, we have like 5 militia on this city, so they have no hope of capturing it. Come back here, cowards. Actually, I almost want to engage these in combat. And assign this hero. Don't try this at home, kids. No, not you, Preacher, actually. This way we gain some extra experience on both of our heroes. Both our warrior hero gains more experience, and our CA over here gains experience. And also we're taking out a valuable army from the AI. I mean, it's less valuable for them than for us, but the less armies they have, the less likely they're going to kill us anytime soon. So I think that was a good choice. Now I'm going to do some frantic clicking. Because I need to engage them soon so they don't escape my clutches. Kind of annoying. Okay. They're probably upset at me for... I don't know, different wild walk is interesting. Hunger for pearls. And maybe it's the fact that I'm killing your dudes more upsetting to you. I will end you. What? How did that happen? I guess we're fighting that fight as well. And let's get the depressing fight over and done with, and wow, yeah, they're crushing us. I think they have like a great axe. Yeah, this should be a massacre. Kind of sad to lose that unit, but at the same time non-retrofittable, not really that attached to that unit. Could have sold it though, if I had seen that army coming. Oh well. Here we're getting our second hero into the mix. Pretty good. We have lots of infantry. I mean lots of... this is basically a clever way of us using our militia for a good purpose. Ideally, we don't want our main melee hero taking hits, so we'll move back. It's fine if our governor takes hits, because our governor's not mainly there for military conquest, etc. You know. Also, not this happen. What's going on there? Oh, I should have target fired more. Oh well. Nice. We actually got a hit her. Wonderful. So this hat though, what's going on there? It's completely crazy. Oh, we got the Preacher. Yeah, my army control again is a bit sloppy. Partly from playing so much endless space where army control doesn't matter. But we're doing fine here. It's good to cut down the forces of our neighbor, because one of the things we're really worried about in general is the endless AI just marching armies into our territory and killing us. And if they lose like 4 units, it's less likely they'll have like the 6 or 8 stack ready to crush us any given moment. And also free experience, never bad. So in 8 turns we'll get a worthless unit. I'm down for that. I hate breaches so much. I hate you with passion. You actually get yourself killed, actually. I care about you. Are we getting the level on this hero? That's excellent. We can just pick this up. That's just great. We get a nice flat bonus for everything. I think we want to pick up Alchemy Workshop quickly. Could move this to food. Yeah. Alright, they might destroy this village, which is not the worst. We kind of just got it for a quest. We can't really afford it that much at the moment. I guess we can convert this village to our side. Why not? Central Market is something we want, but I want to get the public granary online because food is going to be extra important for our faction. Actually, Altar of Origa is nice, yeah. It's almost upgraded. I think the Altar of Origa has better upgrade features. Oh my most valuable unit is in danger. We get bonus happiness per level, bonus food per level, bonus influence per level. That's not bad. I guess I want the Altar of Origa somewhere close to the center anyways. And the Altar of Origa, unlike a burrow, doesn't need extra food to be constructed in. It's great. Love that thing. I just think of the Altar of Origa as a supercharged burrow. It should give you an indication of how high I am on these upgrades. Yeah. Oh, no. It's not bad. Good burrow is a good burrow. Yeah. Okay, let's just get the hell out. So there's some Marines there. I think that's the Broken Lords theme. Broken Lords are cool. You should play them at some point. Although the problem with this village is that it's on the side, so it's not going to give us that many resources. I should have thought of that for this village, but you know, never learn. This village is probably going to be crushed at some point. In a way, villages can sort of pay for themselves. Not really, but they can sort of pay for themselves. In that you can... yeah... Like, yeah... This is a temporary... Oh, I failed to complete the quest. That's sad. Somebody else must have killed them. I guess we're going to move our hero around here, pick up some extra runs. We still don't have enough dust production to really afford multiple conversions. Which is... See, it's weird because the mechanic which this faction is built around is not even that strong in this faction. So... yeah. Why? Yeah. Public granaries. So, yeah. I really like public granary. The more I've played the game, the more I've like started to appreciate public granary. I wonder if there's any way we can get. No, look in the way. Okay. No, how do we not pick this up? We stood on that. How do we not get the Swift Complex? Okay, we lost the Silix Village, which actually gives us more dust, which is actually a blessing in disguise. Okay, we have to pick this up. Come on. Okay, now we picked that up. Now we got Adamantium. Not bad. With that Swift Complex, we should be able to move this army. I should be able to pick the Swift Complex up. That was just a bug, I think. I don't know. You get to call things bugs. Yeah. Let's just sync those two up like that. No idea what these things happen. Why do bad things happen to good people? Like cultists. Cultists deserve better. Okay, there. Okay, cultists are not good people. But well, that's one fast-ass cultist. Oh, yeah, that's sad, I guess. Wait, what is my cultist quest now? Oh, I have to search this ruins of 2, level 2. Okay. And then I'm gonna get these, and these are gonna be my level 2 units. Yeah. I'm gonna get the cultist theme, like, screw these guys. Play my theme. We can go down there for one thing, but I think we're going to go up here and try and be a bit greedy. Pick up more. Getting extra dust is not that valuable for us, because we don't need that many extra heroes, like I mentioned before. I do want this alchemical alloys. I know during our quest line we pick up the advanced version of this alchemical armor, so I'm not that keen on this. Normally Imperial Harvest is great, it's less great if you have only one city, so it's not good. This is not bad, but we really have enough influence, I think. This is not bad either. I guess we're going to go for that. At that point, we want to think about going back for this. We might want to go back for this Alchemist Furnace sooner rather than later. Yeah, as you can see, I don't feel like our Empire is very impressive at this point. We're only now starting to build units, and they're not even titanium. It really just comes down to how good was our initial settle. I probably should have gone on the tank on that decision. Because it is like the most important decision of this faction. I picked up Anywhere, which adds Ghost Force, which is good because it will let us cloak our armies in the end game. And I like that. Cloaking armies is fun. And Moonleaf, nice. Boost our science production. I'm just gonna go around here. Another annoying thing, we picked up somebody's arm. Oh, that's good. It's good we have an infantry weapon. Hero for infantry heroes, which we have. Let's just go down there. So in a couple of turns we'll have some military units. So which is better than no military units. Again, we could use our cult conversion ability. I suspect we'll just lose these villages pretty soon, though. This looks like a good village, actually. Wait, how am I not able to... I mean, what is going on with this game? 10 Palladian, excellent. Let's go around here. I wonder if the Kapaku are here. Seems like a region they'd enjoy. I think we can think about buying a spy at this point, if there are any spies. Third builder, Gulian Yawa, is an excellent spy choice. I think we can always go here if we want. We'll think about it next turn. While we're building up our armies here. Yeah. We do need these armies for a quest, otherwise I wouldn't be so keen to making them. And we're going to pick up cities like so and then like so, I think. I just want to improve the Altar of Oregon, make sure our happiness stays high. Actually, a level 2 Altar of Auriga doesn't actually add as much happiness as a level 2 Burrow Street, right? No, it doesn't. So I should probably go like this. Oops. That moment when your previous strategical thinking was like invalidated. Okay, now we can search this. Now we have gold. Good. I think that might nudge us into Fervent. Yes! Excellent! So now that we're nudged into Fervent, we can think about converting another village. Because we have enough dust to pay for it. Yeah, we gained a level on this hero. Nice. And we got a useless unit. Good. We can form up. Just run around. I think it's important that we keep armies mobile so we can just convert and reconvert villages at will. Took some fire hits there. We can convert this village, though it's on the border, so it's less valuable. Really, conversion doesn't feel as impressive as it should, I think. Considering it's our main way of compensating for the fact we have one base. And look how surrounded we are at this point. Ugh. Let's just head back. Pick this up. Go over here. Okay, we scouted more. 8 population in one of our cities. Shouldn't be a tough sell. I love the Broken Woods theme. Majestic. We don't actually have any glass steel left, that's irritating. Let's go pick up Imperial Coinage after Alchemist Furnace and then go for this. I forgot about that. That's potentially quite bad. Although we're currently in Fervent, so it doesn't matter for now. Yeah, clearly not as much of my comfort zone in this faction. My comfort zone being playing good factions. Yeah, I know, I stole your pearls, you're sad. Hello, stranger. We just run around converting their villages. Kind of into that. They destroyed our village. I'm kind of sad about that. But at the same time means we can convert another one somewhere. I think this one should be easiest to convert. It's next to an anomaly, so that's nice. Excellent. Cool. And we can sell this army if we want, or we can send it out in this direction. I guess we might as well send out armies. Okay, there's the Mazzari, aka knockoff Volters. Neither of which I really like playing this game. Alright. This is a really long dust eclipse. Or is this still dust eclipse? Yeah, it is. Kind of crazy. Ah, never mind. And now instead of dust eclipse, we have winter. And winter sucks for everyone. Level up any district to level 2, which will give us alchemical armors. Now we could go for this. Wait. Cancel. We want to retreat, definitely. And we want to get our hero out of there, so let's make a new army. And let's assign our hero to that army. Bounce. Out. I think we want to go there. And we can sell this army. We can always use these armies to try and convert random villages, random places. Although losing that much influence has drawbacks, as we can see here. Building cost reduction is big. Bonus dust. We don't need the happiness bonus yet. So I'm fine spending influence like that. Though ideally I want even more influence. I want to make a Burrow Street here so I can get that level up and get that quest reward. Does winter come? No, winter hasn't come, but the dust eclipse ended by false alarm, false alarm. So we have 2 level 2 units, so we can finally complete this quest. Okay, this village has been destroyed. So this is one of the issues with cultists. We need powerful armies to keep these villages alive. We don't have those powerful armies, at least not at this stage of the game. Imperial coinage. I guess we want to get management science. We're going to pick up alchemical alloys eventually. Wait, I got a quest. Influence alchemical armor, but we're getting that from our main quest anyway, so that's kind of worthless. But yeah, it makes it cheaper, so yeah, that's fine. Management science is something we want. We want alchemical alloys, and then we want to pick up nameless god as well. Again, native districts is something we can't really afford because of the dust cost of doing so. So yeah, and I want to just pick up a spy. I think either one is fine actually. Which one's cheaper? She's cheaper. Inspect. Do we have any skill points? Nope. Do we have any equipment that will help us spy? Not really, actually. So that's fine. I guess we're going to spy on our closest city. There. This is the annoying thing when playing as cultists. You don't have a way to buffer other factions, you know. Maybe there's a way to play them more aggressively, but I personally haven't found success playing aggressively against the Endless AI. Oh well. Good, that's good. Because as you can see, they have like... So now we have this item, which makes our units quite strong, which is pretty nice. Or at least only the units that cultist faction, not cultist factions. Now we need a cultist hero in our city for 10 turns, which is easy because we have a cultist hero in our city already. As you can see, we have like 5 unit armies from them already, and we have like a puny army. We're sort of relying on a militia to keep us alive. Just alive, actually. So, yeah. Booster cost 11, we could sell 1. We're not going to be using this anytime soon. So might as well sell it. Pick up the glass steel we need. Strategics. You don't want to sell anything really. Like, I do want this extra glass steel. I guess I can just put some units into glass steel or dust production. Okay, future glass steel production. Yeah. This is kind of another annoying thing about these cultists. Actually, I can make the centaur unit. How strong is it? Defense, damage, initiative. Okay, it's not that much worse than our current units. It is worse, don't get me wrong. It's kind of worse. Alright. I don't feel like I want to sell it. I could sell it. Like for the dust cost of having stupid villages converted. Let's walk over there. Right. Let's hope we can buy another unit of glass steel this next turn. And we can, I think. Also that glass steel we can get the happiness market thing. I don't know if cultists really want to market. Alright. That's good. Right. That unit was pretty sticky for some reason. Okay, let's just make sure we have enough there. Wow, that was a pretty dramatic change. I think it's because our army is so much. Looks like we get some benefits from the road system that other people are building. And I think we just want to keep our armies relatively safe, considering how dangerous these characters look. We can always use spies to interact with them. We don't have to attack them directly. Don't have any governors here. The AI is pretty bad about using governors, which is kind of sad because the assassinating and capturing governors action is by far the coolest thing you can do for spy. It's so cool. So cool. Speaking of which, speaking of doing cool things, I don't even have enough influence to convert this. Great. How much influence are we reducing? 15 a turn? It's not bad. It will just continue to increase naturally because we have this upgrade. Each new population adds 3 influence production, which is pretty obscene. This hero is ridiculous. I feel like it's the only thing keeping us in the game. Yeah. Once I have powerful enough armies, oh yeah, this is something I wanted to do. Nice. Once I have powerful enough armies, I can probably force my area. Another thing that's annoying is these extra villages are just randomly on terrible tiles, like here, like in the corner or something. Oh, they're being pillaged, hey? That's interesting. By whom, actually? Who should I say is pillaging? Let's just go down there. Check if we want to convert this unit, a village. Conversion is such a huge influence cost, but it doesn't actually give you that much in terms of value. I wonder if just not converting at all is correct. As sad as that is. Maybe. I'm just gonna pick up these necessary military not strategies, but like upgrades. And then we can build up some Nameless Guard. Together for cavalry should give us some degree of military. Yo. This playthrough is rough. I mean, compare with the Kapaku, we had multiple cities, and here we have one city. And the Kapaku, our multiple cities were great, and here our one city is probably terrible. There we got 8 population, that's nice. Got 8 influence. Closed borders, say. Oh well. Let's just build that there. Get a level 2 Auto of Auriga, get a level 2 City Center. Pretty good, decent deal. Should probably have put these there sooner. I want to make sure I get this in one turn, yeah. I need to keep growing the population of my main city. Like, 8 population is good for this point in the game, but considering only have 1 city, it becomes a lot less impressive. And yeah, I need to be impressive to win. I can consider converting this village at some point. Why not? Right. Okay, let's just sell this. Not doing us much good. We have a spy active, which is nice though. Hopefully there's some... The nice thing about the the Forgotten and their spies is that they can actually gain your empire value instead of just sabotaging. It's fair enough, I guess. Maybe I should just... let's try and stonewall it. Nice. Because each time you complete an action, you gain seniority. And that will make it easier for you to do more actions in the future. So you're kind of incentivized to do much more actions earlier. Yeah. Ready. Again, getting experience, keeping them out of my territory seems like a good idea. They'll probably hate me, but yeah. What can I do? In 6 turns, we'll have leveled up our city center. Pretty cool. Yeah, unfortunately, you have to do this mass clicking if you want to catch an army. Yeah, maybe this is a bad engagement location. It definitely was. Let's just pull this unit out, pull this unit out, pull this unit out, go here and do some work. And don't let them come into some territory which is easier for us to attack. Wow, their units are quite strong actually. We don't have any infantry slayers in the army either. Apart from my hero. So hopefully we get the level out of that. Again, we have to level up our heroes faster because they have to do double duty for us. So boosters ended. The faster we get levels in these guys, these characters. The more improve them, obviously the better we're doing, but also we have to improve them because otherwise we're not going to do well. Okay, let's just punch something over there. We can pick up this apprentice registry in 2 turns, which is good, because our city is quite well developed at this point. We're sort of playing them in a more economic way, the cultists. I don't think you can really play them that aggressively though. Especially on endless difficulty, it's not really that viable to just go gun-ho and attack everyone. How do I feel about spending a lot for this village? Some of the costs reward scheme for this pacification is not really well worked out. I always feel like I'm making a mistake when I spend. Pretty sad, actually. Yeah. Maybe I should get better at hunting down enemy settlers. In 2 turns, I think we can use our hero again to start maybe neutering their population in the city. I mean, these spies are really cool. The cool thing about them as well is once you've picked up all the relevant spy skills, you can just make them into military heroes or governors on the side. So, in case you ever want to stop spying for some reason. Terrain of forest is nice. No, this is actually not even that much industry. Yeah, this is like 4 additional industry. Definitely not worth it. Rather get a borough street for that cost. Unless we place a city down there or up there. I should place my next city down here to get more out of this bonus dust on summer thing. Declaration of war? Oh no, that's bad. So I definitely want to huddle up my army, play defensively now. Oh, this is nice. I think I want to actually convert this village, just to do some more scouting. Yeah. And also take something away from my enemies as well. Just to kind of give them pause, I guess. Hopefully they slow down, because I don't have the stuff I need to defend myself yet. I can assimilate someone, but I don't think I want to. Oh, I forgot to pop this booster. Ah! Whatever, I can just buy 1 gold. And pop that. That's fine. I'm quite worried. I guess I shouldn't have antagonized them. But yeah. I'm gonna have to fight these people sooner or later. I'm gonna get Manage Topol. Just because it's spying on them. In one turn I can do something, like decrease their morale or something. Steal Vision. That might be useful. I just want to use this army to scout, and this is not a terrible location actually, it's giving us a decent amount of resources. And if I can convert villages, which they're using, I'm getting double out of it in a way. Because I'm taking resources away from my opponent. I don't have enough to convert. Too bad. So sad. Heading back. Once I get alchemical alloys... Oh, I forgot. Do I even have... Oh, I do have Alchemist's Furnace. Am I getting this each turn? Yes, I am. That's important. So once I have alchemical alloys, I can start producing better units. Which is important now. Because it might be the case that Green marches their armies over into my territory and tries to kill me. Okay, that was a lot of... See, this is what I was talking about in other videos. Like, this turn 50, like, 6 unit... Whoa! More than 6 units armies. Is very worrying. I really want these alchemical alloys as soon as possible. Especially since I need a new unit type. I think I just have to put everything into science. Science and industry, I guess. Yeah. I shouldn't die because I have so many militia units and so much siege value. But I want to be able to fight back sooner rather than later. 20 emeralds. I think we should. Emeralds suck. I really do need this preacher in my army to be able to convert villages there. Well, at least they're gonna kill it. We'll just, they win? Question mark. It's good to have this infiltrator there, so I can at least see what's going on. And I can't get more governors, you know. So I can decrease the population here. I can increase the industry here. What are they producing in this area? I have a lot of armies here. Might even want to do something like decrease morale. It requires level 3. Yeah. Maybe I want to wait for decrease morale, actually. It's time for a desperate fight for our lives. In this episode and probably the next as well. Dish of Karnuk. I don't know if I want this lumber mill. Yeah, I thought about it before, and then I was like, it's bad, and I thought about it again, and I'm like, it's bad, so I assume it's just bad. I can just pick up another anti-range. No, actually, let me just get a get this weapon upgrade. Then I'll have titanium and glass steel units I can build. And let me try and build some of those. Okay, winter is coming, which is good. What is this? Yeah, we've got another borough. We upgraded the city centre to level 2, which we've already done, I think, and we got some Titan birds. Nice. Okay, I guess I just want to pick that up. Despite being at war, it's kind of a bit standoffish at the moment. Just move there, hope they ignore us. We'll pick up this village. I want to spend my influence proactively, and this is one way of doing that. I really want to name this gods, but I also don't want to die of lack of influence. I guess it doesn't really matter that I get the optimal units right now. It matters that I get units so I don't die. Now I can edit both of these designs. I have more titanium by far, so I'm just going to use all of that. Already done that. Okay, I'm just making sure I put all the titanium on the units that I can put it on, basically. Anti-cavalry somehow costs more titanium. I guess the spears are important. And it's really important that we build up some army units now. And I guess even pick up this for a bigger army. This is really the crisis point, I feel like. Where our tiny little city has to compete with... well, our one big city has to compete with all these little cities. And we got that. Bonus glass tool is actually quite nice. Convert all the Kazani village in the region Gildren. Is Gildren something we're in war with? Potentially. We can convert this village for 100 influence. That is quite a lot of influence at this point in the game, though. Oh, we're under siege. Oh no. And my army's outside of the... No! This is terrible. Not only are we under siege, but my army is removed from the action. So... yeah, this is a disaster. This could be the end. I mean... that is the plan. But this could be the end for the Cultists of the Eternal End. This is terrible. Oh, I forgot about that stupid technicality. Well, it looks like it's over. Actually, we have a lot of fortifications for them to chew through. So it's not actually that bad. It's bad. Not as bad as it seemed to me immediately. And we have time to circle around, I think. We have these anti-range units. Look, being on a siege is no joke. Like, we're losing a lot of resources because of this. But this is not the end of the world. And it looks like my computer froze. So, join me, my game froze rather. Join me next time as I try and take off or continue from this position. And let me see if I can find a way to break this siege. So thanks again for joining me on my challenge run with the Cultists, which I assume is going to go horribly. But at least we'll have fun and learn something while it goes horribly. At the very least about game design.